already. So he would like to introduce to us the current progresses of the AFOCO establishment and also just briefly introduce for the future. So basically the AFOCO is, as you know, the intergovernmental organization, but also I believe the AFOCO and the AKECOP is some link. So based on your research and training education program can be merged at the AFOCO in the future. So hopefully he can share. This time is not only it's different with the before session, not only one way, but also hopefully more discussion. So please ask to the Dr. Yongoni, and later the Mr. Chung, he's from the COICA, also maybe want to discussion with the viewers. So if you have any question or some suggestion, to come. So first I'd like to invite Dr. Yongoni. Actually he work in AKECOP exactly, so maybe he will know the AKECOP and also please come to Yongoni.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So also good afternoon to AKECOP family. So thank you for the introduction to me. This AFOCO Sangam, and then this as he introduced to me, is I am in charge of person of the international cooperation for the Korea Forest Service. Korea Forest Service, we handle that is forest policy and implementation in domestic, and also we are expanding the international cooperation. So this today I will share this information on this ASEAN Forest Cooperation Organization, which is proposed by the President Lee Myung-bak, and then this recently that the agreement was signed last year, the ASEAN Law ROK Summit in Bali this November. And then this agreement came into force on August 5 this year. And then this last week I organized this ASEAN ROK ministerial meeting on forestry. This meeting is a commemorative the entry into force and launching the AFOCO Secretariat. Also, he mentioned about this relationship with this AKECOP. So I was one of the AKECOP families since 2000. So I got the MS and PhD under you know that Professor Dong Lee, who is now this Minister of Korea Forest Service. And then he is well-known person for international forestry and then cooperation. So at this organization was started. His idea is he want to use that. He want to maintain some project with the sustainability. That's why he proposed the Asia Forest Research Institute. And then after that we revised that is some more strong platform for this collaboration. That's why we suggest the ASEAN Forest Cooperation Organization. That this file is also presented to the ASEAN ROK minister meeting. So that's why this presentation will useful for information on your idea and expanding your collaboration with ROK. That is this presentation. So consists of three parts: is a background, how to develop this ASEAN law. ROK is we call the law this ASEAN law forest cooperation. Lastly is I will show that AFOCO vision and future cooperation forestry. that picture is also some persons is familiar with these photos. However, this I explain again. So for this, some not familiar with this situation in Korea. Also, this young generation of the Korea, so they did not expect this 1950s, 40s. This we so degraded area is after Korean War. Also, this during the Japanese colonization, so severely is harvested harvested timber from the forest. So this, as you see that these are fast photos with GNI per capita in the after Korean War, we around below the $70. This one of the poorest countries now this least developed country. So this population is almost 200 people per square kilometers, and then this growing starts 6 cubic meters per hectare. But this landscape changed, and then economy developed. This we are so proud of that. This we developed the economy with this successful landscape changing and then reforestation. Also, this before moving the next slide is we changed the population density almost 2 times. That's why this we forest policy so focusing on how to integrate the human and then this forestry. To recover this, to reforest this degraded area, this we 2 million hectares was planted, and then 12 billion trees was planted to the 2 million hectares. To solve the fuel for the rural people, so we planted this almost 647,000 hectares for fuel plantation. And then this also we also focusing on the erosion control for the restore the watershed management. This was 120,000 hectares were controlled by the erosion control. Now this we incredible the expansion. This 2010 is 126 cubic meters per hectare. That is a brief history of the reforestation in Korea. So as you mentioned about that, this previous slide, this we started the 1920s. This Korea Forest Service was separated from the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry. So this 1967, this at the time we focused on the field plantation and erosion control. 70s and 80s we did first and second afforestation, massive national plantation project. During that time we recovered almost 2 million hectares, and we planted this 12 billion trees for the reforestation project. And then 90s we are more focusing on how to increasing timber or economic value from the forest. We introduced some forest policy and then introduced to the tending program. 2000s we introduced to the sustainable forest management and green growth. Now this we are forest of key one of the key resources for responding climate change. That is lessons learned from the Korea's experience. That is political leadership and public participation. So maybe this you know that is the President Park Chung-hee, he is a strong leadership for reforestation for the degraded area. Even though there is we are more focusing on the how to look for the economic or this how to make food. At the time, also he stressed and more authority to the forestry, to reforestation activity in degraded area. Nowadays, we 1940 and 90s, the government led to this some activity. Nowadays, we have not only the government, several of the NGOs, CSO, local communities, we listen their voice carefully. And then this, we have a sustained use of the forest resources for adaptation to the changing environment. We sometimes, after planting, we focusing on how to increase economic value, and then changing the time or how to make the recreation benefit to the public sectors and to public. Yeah, we are changing our policy direction by the changing some situation. And then forest, now this forest sector is a profitable sector to invest, so we can get more benefit from the public benefit from the forest, the erosion control, clean waters, airs. Even though this we can get more some healthy the wild plant, edible plant, herbal plant from the forest. Also, this now the Korean people is recognize, also government recognize that forest as a healthy asset. Is we are operating the Hele Forest Recreation Village. Now this forest provide decent green job potential in the future. This when we will mention about the APOCO, the AKECOP is our milestone for this APOCO. This, as you know, this project started in 2000, and now this a lot of the outcome from this project, especially the capacity building. So this we learned so a lot of experience when we will mention about how to success this reforestation in Korea. We definitely mentioned that is our grandfathers, mother's generation, parents' generation stretch to the how to increase that the human capacity building. That is our some know-how. That's why when we will start from the AKECO, from the university, we are more stressed on linkage with the R&D part and then university. And then this eighth, that is a political way. This eighth is ASEAN Local Summit. At the time, we have some declarations. So the enhancing international and regional cooperation on mitigating climate change, and also preventing forest destruction by sharing policy information and experience. Eventually, is 2009, the special summit for 20th anniversary of ROK Dialogue Partnership with ASEAN in Jeju. Was proposed by Korean President Lee Myung-bak to strengthen our cooperation on R&D initiative, enhancing SFM, watershed, waste land restoration, and promotion of industrial forest. That this proposal was adopted. Welcome to as a joint statement. We spent almost 2.5 years for negotiation with ASEAN and ROK. So we, after that, this ASEAN ROK Forest Cooperation Agreement was signed. That is, as we mentioned earlier, this November 18, 2011 in Bali. We entered the course to the almost now this last month is August 5. That is agreements, this objective two things, to facilitate forest cooperation, undertake project, translate some forest policy, and share the proven technology to prevent deforestation and forest degradation. Another one, to provide platform for dialogue with ASEAN and allocate toward the establishment of AFOCO. These areas of cooperation, SFM, is climate change issues, and then stress to the capacity building and technology transfer, or in the dialogue for the establishment of AFOCO. For this agreement, we have an institutional arrangement. This governing council as a supreme body for and then decision maker for this agreement, and then the secretariat is launched this September 1st, and then this also this secretariat will assist to the local agency. Now this operates more the diplomatic terms, and then for this agreement, I will explain later. And then this within 2 years, in anticipation, this within 2 years we are finalizing for the discussion for the establishment of AFOCO, and then we separate separate legal binding for the AFOCO. For this AFOCO, the program, this we started 2010. This small pilot project with Cambodia, Indonesia, Myanmar, Philippines, and then next year we started this 1 million project. This 9 the local agencies participation, and then the 4 key areas: mitigation of climate change, conservation of biodiversity and ecotourism, and then anti-FP development and renewable biomass energy. Also, this lastly, the human capacity building. And then also this year we start to individual forest cooperation project for the 1 million. And then now this we are organizing and discussing on this regional forest cooperation project for the 3 million during the 2 years. This AFOCO, that is sharing with this high level, these officials and this head of our ministry, each ministry. They determine the direction this AFOCO will over the next coming years, and to foster more coherent approach among its members. Main objective, output is similar with this agreement. For this is way for the AFOCO, the inception meetings within this year, and then we organize the working group for the establishment of AFOCO, and then specific task for the working group is as shown like this. What can you do through the AFOCO? Sustainable development for the Green Asia. So we are same objective for the ASEAN law, this forest cooperation agreement. It's rehabilitations, climate change, how to respond to climate change, SFM, capacity building. So as we talking about capacity building, so Korean government would like to more focus on the long term. Is MS, is PhD. So we will provide some scholarship program under this the AFOCO. Also, this maybe R&D sectors can participate or is send more the junior steps to the Korea Pro. After the study in Korea, he or she will be the bridging ASEAN and ROK and Europe agency and country. This we commented this until based on area cooperation in line with vision of low carbon green growth. This ROK will support the $500 million per year until the 2015. This we are securing budget for appropriate activity with this Ministry of Finance, and then this actually we do not want to talking. That's why this talking is enough. To this international level is sufficient talking. That's why this we want to action-oriented program. What is the action-oriented? Planting trees is easy, and then how to make financial flow to the local. Not only this.